We've been waiting for this day for over 4 years since Lover was released in 2019. And finally, today is the day that Taylor Swift has officially announced her seventh studio album. It's been a very long time coming. There's been no shortage of hints, rumors, and theories from the Swifties online. They've been on the hunt for any crumb of information about what her next era would sound like or look like, or if it would be a re-recording of one of her first few albums. But we finally know now because Taylor just dropped some huge news. On August, she posted a series of videos on social media with the caption simply reading August. The video showed Taylor examining rings inside of a jewelry box, a snake charmer's box to be exact, which is a very obvious nod to her sixth album, Reputation, which features a snake motif throughout. And then another video where she's looking at something on her phone with a shocked facial expression. All of these videos were set to a haunting melody, and in the comment section, someone asked, "What does it mean?" And Taylor responded with "new album," which obviously had fans freaking out everywhere. And then she confirmed it once again by posting a picture of the release date, October, circled on her calendar. But there was still one question that needed an answer. What's the name of the album? Well, according to a recent interview Taylor did with The Guardian, the answer lies in the fact that she owns her masters now. She said, "Owning your art means owning your identity. When you have someone else's fingerprints on your art, it can be hard to feel like it's truly yours." This could be a hint that the album will be called Era, since she's reclaimed ownership of her older work and is currently in the process of re-recording them. Or it could be called 1989, Taylor's version, which is the album that she's been teasing the most. In fact, at the end of the music video for Wildest Dreams, she left a huge clue by showing the VHS version of the 1989 album cover. This video alone got everyone speculating. And when you combine it with all of the other hints we've seen recently, it seems pretty clear that she'll be re-recording her best pop album yet. I mean, can you imagine? We're gonna get the original 1989 tracks, but with vocals from a more mature Taylor who really knows how to write a banger. If this is the case, the album won't stray too far from the original, but it will have some differences, I'm sure. If you listen to the re-recordings of Love Story and Wildest Dreams, the instrumental beats are mostly the same as the originals, but the way that Taylor delivers the lyrics is different. For example, instead of saying "you're the only one," she changed it to "you're the only one" in the re-recorded versions, giving it a bit more power and emotion. So if the rest of the album follows this formula, we should see some tweaks to the lyrics, maybe some more harmonies or backing vocals, a stronger stage presence from Taylor overall. Basically an evolved version of 1989. But even though 1989 is likely going to be the title of the album, we still could see some surprises. During an interview with Zane Lowe on Apple Music One, Taylor revealed that she actually wrote 26 songs for the original 1989 album. So there's a chance that she'll include some of the ones that did not make the cut. We may also get a few new songs that were written during the lockdown period, ones that she never intended to release, but they're so good she couldn't keep them off of the album. In fact, she told Zane Lowe that she wrote almost every single day during lockdown. She said, "I just started doing this sort of free writing, like writing whatever came to mind, not just lyrically, but just whatever came to mind, writing down these little ideas that I had about life during this strange time." This could also be a hint that the album might be a concept album of sorts. Fans have noticed that a lot of Taylor's albums follow a certain motif. For example, Red Era was all about lost love and heartbreak. Best Era was all about youth, falling in love, being carefree, things like that. Lover Era was about being in love, falling in love, being newly married. Speak Now Era was about young love, teenage romance. Fearless Era was about chasing your dreams and finding your place in the world. And finally, Reputation Era was about clearing her name and shaking off all the critics. So it's likely that this new album will follow this trend. Maybe it'll be a reflection of everything that she's experienced since 2019, including her feelings about living under quarantine, having to put her tour on hold, the backlash that she received after breaking up with Joe Alwyn, her thoughts on marriage and family, her feelings about turning 30. Those are just a few examples. But honestly, it could be about anything. That's the beauty of Taylor Swift. No matter what you're going through in your own life, she always has an album that you can relate to. The thing is, though, it doesn't matter what this new album is about. It doesn't matter if it's a re-recording or an original. It doesn't matter if the singles are bops or ballads. It doesn't matter if it's raw and emotional or fun and flirty. Because as we've seen with her tours, her fans will eat up anything that she puts out. Even if the album is totally different from 1989, they'll accept it and love it. And even if it's exactly the same as 1989, they'll still go crazy for it. Because at the end of the day, it's not really about the music for the fans. It's about what the music makes them feel, the memories associated with it, and what it means to them personally. And no matter what direction her career takes, Swifties will be there cheering her on. We've seen this year that Taylor can do literally anything. She can headline Glastonbury, she can direct a movie, she can release a surprise indie film, she can release an album that breaks all the records, she can write songs with Snow Patrol, she can make a 10-minute version of All Too Well, which is already 6 minutes long, just to name a few things. There's nothing she can't do and there's nothing she can't pull off. And as she gets more comfortable with her songwriting and her storytelling, I think her future albums will continue to get better and better. I think back to when she released Fearless Era and Red Era, and I didn't appreciate them as much as I should have because I was busy mocking her for writing about high school drama. And it wasn't until years later that I realized how accurate and relatable those songs really were. And I wish I would have appreciated them more at the time. But now that she's talking about real adult problems like heartbreak, growing older, trying to stay true to yourself, things that we can all relate to, I've become a huge fan. Her ability to take something that feels very universal and very personal at the same time and turn it into a song is unlike anyone else. And I don't think anyone will ever be able to replicate what she does. With that said, I'm so excited for this new era. As cliche as it sounds, I really think that this is just the beginning of a whole new chapter for Taylor. Not only will she be releasing music, but we're bound to see some personal growth and change as well. Maybe she'll start speaking out against injustices more. Maybe she'll take more political stands. Maybe she'll continue to grow her acting career. The possibilities are endless. So let us know what you think. Is Taylor going to release 1989, Taylor's version? What are some of your favorite songs that you'd like to hear on the album? What kind of era do you think this will be? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.